Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, the world equity markets have been in rally mode, and we've seen a pretty nice upside move already in the S&P. Heading into the open, the buy side is in firm control, and on the upside, ES can quite easily tag the 94.75 to 95.75 pre-market resistance and the 05 half to 07 half initial resistance zone. So these are going to be the primary upside objectives on the day time frame. At the very minimum, 94.75 to 95.75 can get tagged, and even 05 half to 07 half is very likely to get tagged. On the downside, we have pre-market support 83 quarter to 85.75. This is the most aggressive area of support, and if the market is in trend mode and the buyers are truly in firm control, then ES could continue holding above 83 quarter to 85.75. Below that, we have initial support 77 quarter to 79 quarter. Ideally, you want to see the market holding above it. In the event that it comes lower, it doesn't change the trend, but given how strong the overnight session has been, ideally you want to see it holding above pre-market support and initial support. But if we come lower, 72 to 74.75 is even better trade location. It's a decent area of support. Same goes for 69 quarter to 69.75. In most scenarios, you are not going to get a deep pullback on a session like today, where it's not just an isolated upside move, but the broader markets are participating in the move and they're all rising at the same time. So typically, when you have this kind of upside move across all the equity markets, you don't really put in too deep of a pullback. So again, ideally you want to see it holding above initial and pre-market support. And on the upside, 94.75 to 95.75, not an area to short. There can be some profit taking that happens there, but ES can quite easily tag 05 half to 07 half. That is very much within the range potential that we have seen over the last couple of weeks. And 05 half to 07 half is an area where responsive sellers can be active, and it has higher odds of profit taking on first test. So we could get some rotation at 05 half to 07 half. Beyond that, 12 to 15 is technically within range and can be tagged. So we may balance a bit at 05 half to 07 half, but if this turns into a trend type move to the upside, where we just put in a minor rotation or we put in some balancing, but overall the momentum is sustaining to the upside, then even the 12 to 15 area could get tagged. And again, that has higher odds of responsive sellers being active. And then beyond that, you would really start to push more of a range extreme. So the odds get better for sellers to start stepping in a more aggressive way. So if you go beyond 1912 to 1915, then the risk reward is questionable at that point on the upside, and you may start seeing more aggressive responses from the sellers. So 20, 21, 26 to 27 half, 31 half, 33 half, these are all range extremes, and we can get a more aggressive response from the sell side. But the high probability upside objectives are 94.75 to 95.75 and 1905 half to 1907 half. And then on the downside, we will be looking to actively buy pullbacks into support. Pre-market support is the most aggressive area of support from a location perspective. But again, if we are seeing sustained upside momentum, then even that zone could be it in the RTH session. Initial support, good spot, 72, 74, 75. Again, good spots to initiate long and look for a reversal back up towards the pre-market resistance and initial resistance. So those are the main ideas heading into the open. The focus is going to be more on buying pullbacks at support, and we are going to be careful on short side unless we're getting ideal trade location and the market is short-term exhausted. And even then, it's more likely that we'll be getting a tradable reaction at the key resistance zones, not necessarily all out, a reversal or a deep retracement off those zones. So that's something we'll have to gauge more in real time. We'll have to see how the market environment is setting up in real time, what level of strength we're seeing in the other markets. So, that's something we can gauge in real time and then make a decision. But the focus is going to be more on long setups, and we are going to be a little more careful on any short setups that may present themselves even in real time. So those are our main thoughts heading into the open. Let's see if the buy side can sustain and maintain control here, and we'll take it from there.